Hello everybody and welcome back to the Brainrot SMP. Today we've got some big plans ahead and I'm very excited to share with you guys the project that we're gonna get started on today. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I have talked about not knowing what I was gonna do for our base area over here. More specifically, if I was going to do like a mega build out here or go do something else. But I've finally decided on what we're going to do. And I think it's going to be really cool. But I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about it, partially because I don't have, like, builds done up already or drawings done of what we're planning. I just have the vibes down and the basic idea. And you guys are going to learn what this looks like along with me. So, I'm hoping it turns out great. But I will go ahead and tell you guys what we're going to do today. Hello? I didn't see these two up here. Distractions aside, today we're gonna get started on our, mega project. I don't know if I can actually call it a mega project. We'll see how it actually ends up, but we'll call it mega for clickbait, I guess. I don't know. But we're gonna get started on our project by building some floating islands in the sky, and I'm very excited about these. I went back and forth on if I wanted to do clouds or like actual islands made of stone and stuff. And I've done glow cloud islands in the sky in the past, and I think we're gonna do it a little bit differently this time. Mostly gonna use like cobblestone, tuff, maybe some stone, and of course some dirt. That's not my dirt. That's my dirt chest. Gonna get some dirt, and these are gonna be our main building blocks, I think, to construct these islands. I'm gonna start with one and see how that turns out, and then we'll figure it out from there. So, first things first is we need to decide where exactly this first island is gonna go, and I feel like setting it kind of back would look really nice, where it frames up to be in between our slug and our snail, somewhere in this area. So I'm gonna head over there, and maybe we'll start atop of this tree, because this is kind of the area I want to be in. But I do want to be higher up than this, so I've made a little bit of scaffolding. I can't place this on top of that, can I? Okay. We'll get down to a place where we can actually place the scaffolding. I don't use scaffolding ever, but I've recently started using scaffolding with other projects, and it's honestly such a vibe. How do you do this? Do I have to add to it? Okay. I'll just place my whole stack, all of the scaffolding. That way it goes up as high as we need, and then some. Oh, this definitely goes up higher than our island most likely will. But I'm committed to the bit now. I've got to go all the way to the top. All right. This is way too high. We'll keep it about like that. Okay, now that we've got our scaffolding in place, I'm gonna start building our first little island. It's gonna be really cool. And we've got our first floating island. As you can probably tell, there's a few shape difference and texture differences and also some vines that were not in the time lapse. I kind of added them after the fact because I thought it looked weird without them. But anyway, I'm really happy with this overall shape. If you guys didn't notice, which I'm sure you guys did, it's basically just a diagonal square, which is kind of a fun shape to work with, especially when it comes time to put something on top of this floating island, and I love it. But I think in order for us to get a better idea of what this thing is gonna feel like, I'm gonna go ahead and build 2 more islands to either side. Let's float back down here and kind of think of, oh, okay, all the way to the ground works too. I think I want to place one kind of out here, and maybe one that's gonna frame up to be behind the snail. That's what I'm thinking so far. So I'm gonna do some cool, fun editing magic, and I'm gonna turn around, and I'm gonna count to 3, and when I turn back around, the islands will be there, okay? So 1, 2, 3. There they are. You can't really see that one back there. It's kind of hidden behind the snail, but this is how they look. So let me get my rockets back in my inventory, and we can fly up here. This island up here is just another diagonal square, just like the first one. Try to orient myself. This one's just a diagonal square, and I actually just okay, so I used stone, cobble, and tuff on this one, but on these 2 islands I swapped out the stone for andesite because I think that looks a little bit better, to be honest. But we're gonna keep the stone on our first island. Then our second island over here is... okay. Our second island over here is definitely a lot smaller than the rest. I was trying to do a circle, but I kind of failed, so it's like a weird diagonal square. But I think it looks really neat. If we fly down here, get a better angle of that. It's cool. I really love them. We're eventually going to put like a village on top of these islands. Each island is gonna house like 1 or 2 buildings depending on how big the island is, and there will be bridges that connect them. But this is our start, and I think it looks really cool. I'm very, very excited to see where all we can take this project. I don't want to like encroach on Komoka's area and Whelm's area back there, but we've got all of this area, and we can expand even taller if we need to. These will just be the bottom islands, and there can be more and more above them as well. Although that would make bridging a little bit difficult, but we would figure it out. Okay, these cows sound very upset in here. Rightfully so. I'm gonna deal with that later. It is about time to collect some more steak and leather anyway. I'm in love with these. I keep staring at them, and it's only going to look even cooler as we make more islands and start putting buildings on the islands themselves. But even just uninhabited land, they look really, really nice from the ground, which is really cool. I would like my base to feel nice from all angles. So this is just perfect. Swapping gears here a bit, Kay logged on the server basically as soon as I finished my lonely island, and we met up and decided to start digging out an area underneath the spawn farm to move the fight club to. If you guys didn't know, in a previous episode, while we were waiting for everyone to get online and get ready to go to the Deep Dark, we ended up kind of creating an accidental fight club on top of the farm building. And since there's been talks of tearing the farm building down in favor for like a Christmas tree or just some more fun like spawn things, since no one's using the farm, Kay thought we should dig one out underneath and put the fight club down here instead of the roof of the farm. So that's what we did, and this is how it went.
How big do we want to make this?
Big enough to beat the crap out of each other.
That's fair. Okay.
Oh, are you gonna decorate it down here to make it feel gross and like you'll actually die?
Like dark? Yeah, we should like dark and kind of like grungy.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I feel like instead of making the like arena like tall, we should make it like sunken in.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
So
This
that, like,
is the
people could
perfect height for a
stand-
double jump, though.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
you don't hit your head. It's great.
Yeah, so like people could like stand up here and like look down, kind of like a gladiator arena, if I could speak correctly.
It's a conversation pit.
There we go. I've always wanted a conversation pit.
Honestly, same. I think they're really cool.
I don't know, just the style of it looks very nice. It looks very cozy.
They are cozy. I like building them in Minecraft too, because it's just like just how it works out sometimes. So how are you gonna get yourself out of this pit, Kay?
That's a great question. I was more thinking how fighters were gonna get in and out of the pit. I think we're just gonna build a little stair step right here. Oh wait, that's uneven.
We just make them fly. Fly out. If they
you
collide with
have
the
to
wall,
have-
then they need to get good at the game.
Right, you have to have an elytra or you're gonna be stuck in the conversation pit forever. I think this is the fastest that a fight club has ever been built.
Oh, absolutely. Tyler Durden could never.
Mm-mm.
I do want to say, when I had to watch that movie for class, and I initially thought that, the main character was in love with, the Tyler guy. Brad Pitt's character. I can't actually remember who was named what. But I
love that.
thought he was in love because it made sense. Like, it was the only thing that made sense to me. I was like, why else would you abandon everything and go live in this nasty ass house? And I I thought it was love until I got to the very end and it like showed you the plot twist, and I was actually disappointed. But then recently I saw a TikTok about that movie, and apparently there was a book that was written first, and it's like about toxic masculinity, and it actually is supposed to be read with like queer undertones. So I was right, kind of.
You sniffed it out.
I was
You're like,
picking up what was
"This
being put down. Yeah, one dressing room is definitely a little bit bigger than the other.
Yeah, it's fine.
This is just the winner's dressing room.
Yeah.
This is where I'm gonna get ready for all of the Fight Club fights.
Every undefeated champion can get ready in the bigger dressing room.
Yes. I will bring Keegan down.
Thank goodness, someone has to beat Keegan.
I don't know if you saw on like the Halloween stuff, but Keegan spent like a good 15 minutes just sitting in a pit of lava, not taking any damage.
I love that for Keegan. Too overpowered for his own good.
Yeah, so like all of his armor plus the regeneration of this beacon, good luck. If anyone can take Keegan down, they are a god. Now that the Fight Club on the server is officially built, I do believe that's all we have time for this episode. If you've been enjoying Brainrot so far, is this the point where I can ask you to subscribe? Because we're 10 episodes in, so I feel like this is a good indicator if you would enjoy the rest of my content. If you do, dropping a subscribe would be really cool so you can be notified every time I upload a video, and you'll be here when the next Brainrot episode comes out. Anyway, self promo over now. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye!